Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Shelby, aka Simply Shelby. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Today we are talking about my Invisalign journey. I did Invisalign for 22 months. Literally almost 2 years, so it took up a big chunk of my life. So today I just want to share everything that I learned about my Invisalign journey, what I wish I knew before going through it, and I want to share it with y'all today. So if you're interested in my Invisalign journey, things to know before getting Invisalign, the do's and don'ts, what I regret, that type of thing, I would love it if you stick around. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up if you feel the vibes, and turn on post notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video, and let's get into it. So to start off with some history, let's talk about why I got Invisalign. When I was a kid, I fell onto some concrete steps, okay? And I slammed my jaw, which then pushed my teeth up, and then my bottom teeth were crooked ever since then. It was like happened when I was 6 or 7, so I was very young, and my teeth ever since then were never the same. And I feel like it was always an issue whenever I would go to the dentist because it would be harder to floss. My teeth were very crossed in the front, like overlapping each other, and very, very crowded. So flossing was very difficult. It would hurt. It was just not a good experience. And at the same time, I didn't like my smile. I didn't like how I looked. I hated my teeth. It was something I was insecure about for almost 20 plus years. So definitely something that was a long time coming, and I don't regret getting Invisalign at all. Like, I definitely recommend it if it's something that you've always wanted to do. But there are some things that I learned about Invisalign and pieces of advice that I would love to offer y'all, and just, you know, what I wish I knew before getting it, because there's a lot of things that I kind of just went into it thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get the teeth I've always wanted, but I wish that I kind of backpedaled a little bit and did some more research before going into it. So let's get into the Invisalign journey and what I wish I knew before I got it. And I'm gonna pop up a video here so y'all can see how my teeth looked before when I'm talking about the overcrowding. Now, I don't have the first original video because I think that Invisalign, I had to restart my trays because I did, I think, about 30 something trays, and then it restarted. So on my Invisalign chart to track my progress, it shows it from almost a year in, so it's not too accurate. But I do have my original trays, which I don't know if you can see too well, but I tried to grab them and it's quite overcrowded here, but I will try to pop in any video or something that shows my teeth prior. Here are my teeth now. They're pretty straight compared to before. As I said, they were very overlapped and very just noticeable when I was talking. So definitely I'm happy with where my teeth are now. It's not perfect, but it is much better than where they were. So for me, doing Invisalign was basically aesthetic, right? The orthodontists are really doing it to align your teeth, get rid of crowding, that type of thing. But my purpose was mostly aesthetic, which I feel like most people are. You're probably only gonna invest in Invisalign because you want your teeth to look better. You want a better smile. So that was my main purpose. So I'll try to pop in a video of the Invisalign chart showing kind of the before and after. This is obviously the after, but I don't have a true before besides my original tray, which is a bit hard to see. But if I can find a photo of that, I'll try to pop it in. But yeah, I just want to talk about the things I learned. I would say number one going into it is do your research. Please do your research, because I just went into my dentist and I saw they had Invisalign and they had an orthodontist there who was doing Invisalign. So I'm like, oh great, I'll just do it all in one place. I got my quote. It was literally 6,800 Canadian dollars. I paid out of pocket. My insurance did not cover a single penny. So it was a big cost, okay? And I feel that something that you may not know going into it is very costly, and I had to do top and bottom, so it did cost me more. In USD, it'd probably be closer to, I'm guessing, 4,000 with the conversion rate, but still, it's a lot of money, and I paid out of pocket. I did go on a monthly payment plan, which helped me a lot, but it's a lot of money, and it was an investment that I was willing to make because, like I mentioned, it's something I always struggled with growing up, and I've always wanted straighter, nicer teeth. So it was worth it, but it is costly. So I wish that I did more research. So I would say before getting Invisalign, definitely do your research. Don't just go to your clinic that you love. Go shop around, see the prices that other people are gonna give you, different quotes, like at least I would say 2 or 3, just to have some options, because I feel that if I did that, I could have found one, a better price, hopefully, and then 2, someone that I aligned with better. I feel like in the end, I really did not like my orthodontist who did my Invisalign, and that's something I could talk about it in a different video if you're curious, but I just didn't really like her that much. I feel like it wasn't the right fit for me. So I really wish that I did more research prior to getting Invisalign. That's the number one thing I would recommend before even starting your journey. Number two, what I wish I knew is it kind of hurts. I don't want to scare you. I'm not trying to scare you at all, but it does hurt in the first month because my teeth were very misaligned, overlapping. So imagine you have overlapping teeth and they're trying to separate, okay? It hurt the first month. I'm not gonna lie. I was eating sometimes and it was in so much pain, and it was sad because I started in June. I was trying to eat good. It was my birthday month and I couldn't even eat all the things I wanted because of the pain, okay? So not to scare you, but just so you know going into it, it may hurt a little bit depending how much your teeth need to adjust. It may hurt a little bit. Just be aware of that, okay? I just don't want you to go into it thinking it's not gonna hurt. It hurts a little bit. Enjoy your snacks while you can, okay? Freely snacking before getting Invisalign was such a pleasure. It was so nice to be able to snack whenever you want. When you get your Invisalign, those things gotta stay in. You can't just snack freely anymore. So I would say, if you're about to get Invisalign, just know, if you're a snacker like myself, you may have to cut back, okay? You may not be able to eat all the snacks that you want because those things gotta stay in and you gotta make sure they stay in. So just enjoy it while you can. Just know that when you get Invisalign, you're not going to be able to enjoy it that much. That goes with drinking things as well. I'm going to put it all together because when I first got it in, the assistants who were doing my Invisalign, it wasn't the actual orthodontist, but her assistants were helping me put it in and like set up the grooves for Invisalign because they kind of sit on these hooks that you have on your teeth, and that's how they can stay. I wish I could show it better, but on here there's little hooks across them, so they put these little grooves on your teeth that the Invisalign sticks to. So basically what they told me when they were doing that and like helping me administer the Invisalign, because I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous, blah blah blah, I'm not going to be able to drink coffee as much, that type of thing, and they're like, oh no, you can drink coffee, you can drink wine, all that jazz, like just make sure you wash your mouth after a rinse mouthwash. And I did that, and then a few months later when I had to go get my cleaning, they were saying that my teeth were really stained, and I'm like, uh-oh. So then I stopped drinking coffee with my Invisalign on and would just take it off, drink the coffee, put it back in, and rinse my mouth before putting them back on. But don't drink the coffee, don't drink the wine unless you want your teeth to stain, because the staining was really bad and it was around all of the grooves that it was, so it was very noticeable. And I would say don't do it. Even if they say it's okay, they're lying, honestly. I feel like that was very bad advice from them, so I wish they never told me that, because I'm like, no, you're not supposed to. You definitely shouldn't eat with your Invisalign in, but drinking things besides water is also a no-go unless you want it to stain, okay? So please just don't do it. Learn from my mistake, and if they tell you it's okay, maybe every now and then, sure, a little bit, but I was doing it every day like my normal life, so definitely I recommend against that. Number 4, it is a time commitment. You must commit to the Invisalign or else it's not going to work. I hear so many stories about people who have gotten Invisalign, but because they don't keep them in properly or all the time as they should, then it messes up their teeth and they don't stick with it. So you have to stick with it. You have to stick with the plan. You need to keep them in for a good, I think they say 18 to 20 hours. It's a long time. The longer you can keep it in, the better. Please don't forget, keep them in, because if you're paying out of pocket like I did myself, you don't want to waste your money. Don't waste your money. We don't waste money here. So I kept them in, which helps your progress so much better. If you're forgetting about them, your progress is going to slow down. So the faster you want these out, the faster you got to keep them in, okay? Don't take them off. Remember, if you're getting Invisalign, hear my voice saying keep them in. Don't take it off. Just keep it in. It is a time commitment. You do have to know that. But if it's something you've always wanted for your life, and if you're not having insurance pay for it and you're paying out of pocket, then don't waste your money and do it for yourself, okay? In the long run, you're going to be happy that you kept them in. It may be a struggle at first, but keep them in and you will be happy. Those were my top 4 that I wanted to talk about today in this first kind of Invisalign journey, what I wish I knew before getting Invisalign. If you have any questions though, please comment them down below. I'm happy to do a follow-up video if there's a lot of questions about Invisalign, because I feel like it is such an investment and a time commitment, so I'm happy to answer any questions down below. But yeah, it just, make sure you know who you're going with, get some price quotes. It hurts a little bit, just be aware. Make sure you're not drinking stuff or eating stuff with your Invisalign in, and it's a time commitment. Get used to it. It is what it is. If you want your teeth to look nicer, you gotta get with the time commitment. But these are the things that I wish I knew beforehand, because if you're doing it for 22 months, it's gonna take up a lot of your time in those almost 2 years. But yeah, those were the 4 things that I wanted to talk about on my Invisalign journey, what I wish I knew before getting Invisalign. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. I'd be happy to do a follow-up video if there's enough questions about the Invisalign. You know, I will answer any questions down below as well. Also, because I know it is a new process. If you're spending all the money, like, you want to be able to ask somebody about it, and I wish I had that resource to have asked somebody about it before getting Invisalign myself. But I do want to say it was totally worth it, because I struggled with how my teeth looked forever. I was so insecure about it. It just bothered me so much. So I would say, even though I had issues with the clinic and the orthodontist themselves and them just not being so professional, besides that, I don't regret getting Invisalign. It has changed my life for the better in a way, because now I look at my teeth and I'm happy with where they are. They, you know, they're not exactly what I wanted 100%, but it's so much better than where I started. So if you're contemplating whether it's worth it, whether it's worth the money, the investment, the time, it definitely is. If you're someone like myself who has been insecure about your teeth forever, it's definitely worth it. So I definitely recommend getting Invisalign if it's been top of your mind and you're finally like, let me go do it. I think do it. You're not gonna regret it. As long as you stick with the program and your teeth go the way they want, that's the best thing for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this little video. I don't know if you've noticed Bubbles back here, but he always sleeps on the bed, so it's kind of hard to record sometimes, but he's always making a guest appearance. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love it if you subscribe to my channel, join the Shell Squad, give this video a big thumbs up if you felt the vibes, and turn on post notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!